Hello everyone. In this particular lesson, what I'm going to go through is basically the sketching, okay, of the 12 figures from the previous exercise of the previous lesson that I did. Okay, so yeah, here you go. Okay, so just a quick recap. So these were the 12 figures that was a part of the task given in the previous lesson, lesson number 2. We go a little bit deeper on the isometric projection. If you remember correctly, I have demonstrated or rather I have sketched out 3 figures in my example. Okay, the first one is figure number 3. The second one is figure number 9, and the third one is figure number 12. So in this particular lesson, I'm going to go through the remaining 9 figures for this lesson video. Okay, let's take a look at figure 1. Now figure 1, what we need to, again, we will be paying particular attention to how we apportion the basic cube into the respective proportion, okay, to cater or to fit, to add in a little details later on, such as the 2 stubs over here and the 2 what looks like a channel in between these 2 legs over here. Okay, so let's carry on. So let's start off with this one first. Okay, so we will have I will portion this maybe perhaps about 1/4. Okay, so we will have like 1/4 here, one here, okay, and then this will probably be about 1/3. So we have 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here, 1/3 here. Okay, and then again you will have okay, and then later on we will be that. So here and here. Okay, let's carry on with this. Okay, so again, like my previous video, I'm going to use a dark blue with a thicker line for our actual detailing. So what we are going to do is this line over here. It's important to be mindful of the proportion and to also take note of where are all the lines supposed to end. So I'm going to just take this to be about 1/5, and again here will be about 1/5. So we will probably end off here, 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 here. So probably be like that. It's entirely fine if you can't really get everything perfect the first time. Okay, the whole idea is really for you to be mindful of your proportion and your sizing. Okay, so probably I'd like to have mine here 1/3, here, 1/3 up here, and this will be somewhere here, somewhere here. Okay, again, I will definitely encourage all of you to, when you are sketching this, to take stock, to be mindful, okay, to rotate the medium that you are sketching this on, whether it be a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard or anything like that, to just rotate the medium rather than rotating yourself. So over here, okay, being mindful of over here, over here. So what we have basically over here is okay, is this, and then end off with this. So this is how your figure should look like, taking into account the various proportion and sizing that you will be drawing in the details of. Okay, so let's move on to the second one. So figure number 2, again, take a look at how you will probably allocate some of this proportion out. Okay, this could probably be about 3/5, and this is 1/5, and this will be a little bit tougher, so probably be about, maybe this is 1/8. Does it look like a 1/8? Yeah, probably it does. And this over here will probably be about half. So let's draw in all the necessary proportion. So I have over here, okay, so I've drawn the lines over here. Okay, and probably be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably be okay. Then I will probably go 0.7. And this will probably be somewhere halfway through. Then again, I will do it half, and 1/8, and 1/8. And then this will probably be another half. Okay, so I'll probably draw somewhere here, somewhere here. I think that should be fine. Okay, let's draw in the details now. Okay, so you have your thick blue line to make it look clearer for all of you. Okay, now I have my vertical lines. Oops. Okay, so we have over here, so connecting these two lines, and connecting this line over here, and connecting one more line here. Okay, so So this is basically how figure number 2 should be sketched out. Now it's entirely fine if your lines are not meeting. Okay, so it gives sometimes this kind of lines not meeting each other gives a good sketchy raw feel to your sketches, which is entirely fine when you talk about design sketching. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is figure number 3. Already demonstrated this in my previous lesson. I'm just going to show you. So again, we are going to do some apportionment. Okay, so it's over here. So it's going to be halfway. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is going to be 2 here, 2 here. It's going to be right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so let's draw in the details using a thick blue line again. So you have your this line. Okay, so this is how your sketch should look like, roughly how your sketch should look like. Oops, I missed a line there. Okay, so this is roughly how your sketch should look like for figure number 3. Okay, let's move on to figure number 4. So figure number 4 looks a little bit more manageable. So let's divide it into 3 parts over here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you have now over here and divide this one into half. So you have a halfway line there. And I'm going to include the halfway line there. And your halfway line there. Okay, and the halfway line there. Oops, maybe it's a little bit off. Okay. So drawing the details with a thick blue line. Let's do this bit over here. Okay, so probably this will be a good. Okay, so you have these lines over here. Okay, so this is probably how, oops, this underline there. Okay, so this is probably how your figure 4 can be chopped. Okay, with using the creating cubing methods as well as applying proportion. Let's move on to figure number 5. Okay, figure number 5, we again will use the entire stretch. Okay, let's use 1/3 for this particular base part. So we have your 1/3 here and 1/3 here. Okay, this will be about 1/3. So it's 1/3 here. Divided into 3. So this will be 1/3. Okay, another 1/3. Okay, okay, let's move on. Okay, okay, so this will be over there. Probably have to go a little bit deeper in. Oops. Okay, and this one we have to go in there, like that. And we probably have to lift this up a little bit. Okay, we probably have to come up. Okay, okay. So this one we need to make some adjustments here. Okay, fine. I think that should be fine. Okay, so that is figure number 5. Okay, now let's move on to the next one, figure number 6. So 6. Okay, let's apply the third again. Lines, and if your forms here. join these two lines over here, and I come down a little bit. Okay, come down a little bit here. Join the lines here. The lines over here. Okay, so that's basically how figure number 6 should look like. Okay, so this is figure number 7. Okay, let's divide up into 4. So as you notice, it becomes secondary for me, secondary nature for me to just do the apportionment. Okay, being comfortable with drawing parallel lines is a useful skill to have as you move along. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do yeah. Okay, so this is how your figure 7 should look like. Let's do figure 8. Figure 8. Okay, if you're 115, so let's portion 150. Okay, so this is about 2. Portion this into 4 parts. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Two, 3, 4. Okay, so you have your 2 and bring up. You have your over here and you move it that way. Okay, so let's fill in the details now. Okay, so this will be a straight line. Straight line here all the way to this part over here, and it goes this way. It goes this way. vertical elements. Okay, and then our end of the right. Okay, so this will be figure 8. Okay, plowing through. Let's go do figure 9. Okay, I'm just going to work on this straight off. Okay, so we're going to just have this and this, maybe a halfway line. Oops, maybe halfway line like that, like this. Okay, 1/3. And just join twice. Yes, and remaining 2 declines, and that's it. So that's figure 9. Okay, let's move on to the third last figure, figure 10. So we're probably going to have, okay, this will probably be one cable. Okay, let's divide this out into 5. So we have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have your probably want to change 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably want to change. Yes, okay, that looks more like it. Okay, so yeah, I'll just do the vertical lines. Okay, so that will probably be about 1/3. So we have here, 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 and here. So that will probably be my lowest point. Okay, come. Notice the existence of two non-isometric, namely this one and the one over here. So you just have to be mindful. You can still apply the same concept when you work on producing the isometric sketches. Okay, so I'm just going to make this a little bit thicker, so you can see some of the details more clearly. Okay, instead of the thinner ones that you are seeing in of the figure on your left. So yes. So what we have here. Okay, and we'll probably want to have. Okay, I'm just going to do some, and I'm just going to make an estimate. Probably doing this, doing vertical lines here and vertical lines here. So that will probably be the lowest point. I'm just going to adjust a little bit, maybe about that much, and use these two as the edge of my two plates. So we have one over there and one over there. Find all the other lines there. And draw this line over here. Oops. Okay, so that, oops. Okay, so that's how design sketching for figure 10 should look like. Bearing in mind the two non-isometric planes that you can see. Let's move on to the next one, figure 11. So figure 11, we have 1/3 over there, and maybe a third over there. Something that I've drawn previously, but I'm just going to show you how can be drawn again in this particular lesson. Okay, so I'm just going to straight away do, after getting some portion out. Oops, just a little bit too much. Okay, I'm going to go how about just halfway through. This side over here. Do go vertically up there and all the way down. Just out there. Okay, so this will probably be somewhere the line's supposed to be. Upwards. I'm just going to just show it there. Just show it there. Show it there. Oops. So I'm going to just draw it there. Vertical lines here. Join these two lines over here and these two lines. Okay, so that's how figure 11 should look like, would look like with some sketching from cubes, from a cube or crate. Okay. And last one, so this is a final figure. Okay, then I'm going to cover for this particular clip, so we're gonna just halfway line there. So this will be a halfway line here and a halfway vertical line there. Okay, this will probably be a third, so yeah, so this will be my third. Okay, so vertical line there. Okay, and this looks like a half, so I'm just going to just divide it into half. Yeah, okay, I think one. Okay, that looks okay to me. Let's draw in the rest of the details. Right over there. You'll probably have one line there and one line there. Okay, so I'm gonna just cover here and cover here. Cover here. Cover here. It's okay, it's fine. I think that should be nice. Okay, so that is the 12th figure that I've sketched for today's lesson. So just a quick recap. So what I've done for today's lesson is basically sketch out all the 12 figures, starting out from a basic isometric cube, using apportionment and proportion, and then adding in the details. And yeah, so my suggestion is really for all of you to work on this, to pick up some skills to make yourself more fluent in design sketching, and I think you should be able to reproduce any type of isometric sketches quite easily in the very near future. Okay, for that, thank you very much.